I think there are a lot of myths that go on about business in China. People talk about how guanxi or connection-based. I think while relationships are important here, they're important everywhere in the world when you're doing business. So I think when you're first coming into China, you really need to understand where you're getting your information from. Is it from the media, as we said earlier? Really, how good is the amount of information? So if you're starting to set up an office here, the first thing I would do is make sure that you get a country head who really understands the market, has a track record of success within China, and has the credibility with the home office to be able to make quick decisions. And I think that's important. I'll use an example like eBay. When eBay acquired their Chinese company called EachNet, eBay came in here and said, we know how eBay works around the world. We are going to implement the exact same strategies in China. And they didn't really listen to the local managers. And that was a huge problem. The local managers were really close to the local market. They understood what consumers wanted. They understood what was going to make it a go in China. And they had been very successful. But eBay in the United States was a little too arrogant and said, nope, we know how it works. You need to listen to me. So it's very important that you get managers on the ground in China that can understand the market, but also who has that power and that confidence in the home market to say, guys, you know what? I know the culture. I know how we do things in the United States or Europe, or how we do it in the other BRIC countries, but when we come into China, we have to tweak it a little bit. I mean, if you look, a lot of the #1 global brands have tremendous problems when they come into the China marketplace. You look at a company like eBay, they have had problems. Google has had problems. Walmart has had problems. They're all companies that are trying to transfer to China almost 100% what worked well in other markets, and that doesn't always happen. So the first thing is to get a good country head and management team. The second thing, not to be trying to shell my own services, but I think good market research is really important. You really need to understand what consumers want regionally. What might sell extremely well in Beijing or Northeast China and Harbin might not sell very well in Guangzhou. So you need to understand that and really plan a good rollout. Third, I think you need to really see, are you committed to the China market? Are you willing to do what it takes to make it work? And it's changing now. Okay, again, 5 years ago, China, most foreign companies were using it as a production base for export. Now, China is the market. Multinationals have to be here. They have to have a good China plan, because if they don't, they're going to lose out to their competitors, or they're going to lose out to the emerging Chinese companies that are starting to really scare a lot of the multinationals, because their technology is getting better, and their general business acumen is starting to reach an international level. And you're going to see companies like a Haier, like a Huawei, which are going to replicate it in many different sectors, many different industries, and you're going to start seeing Chinese companies and Chinese brands really pushing out globally. So it's really important that multinationals look at China from a strategic standpoint going forward.